What's up, everybody? I am going back to back here with gifted guitarists. Got my coffee. I know you guys are worried about that. Always got my coffee on me. I need to do a collaboration someday with Key of Geebs or Jeebs possibly. He's he's an older composer who does reaction videos. I've watched a few of them. I like him. He's just an old guy. He does them actually kind of the same way I do them, where he tends to listen to the song most of the way through. He usually doesn't have the video on screen, or he has it in a different place than I do. But he also always has his coffee. So we're coffee brothers. Although he could be probably my grandfather. That's not important. Anyway, we're doing an ALIP Bata song today. We're doing KENANG. I think this is an older one, a couple years maybe, but I thought it looked interesting. I like his covers. I like doing songs that I'm familiar with because, I'm familiar with them. So I can kind of get a feel for what he does that changes it, right? Like I know Bohemian Rhapsody. So when I listen to him do Bohemian Rhapsody, I can tell, oh, okay, here's what he's doing that's different. But it's also interesting to me to just hear local music, right? And this song is called KENANG, and we'll get into it in just a minute. And as far as I can tell, this is just an Indonesian song, an Indonesian language song. I don't know if it's a pop song. I don't know if it's a folk song. Those things I don't know. But I do know that it, as far as I can tell, is local to Indonesia. And so I can get a flavor of what the musical styles are, what the focus is over there. And that's interesting to me. Maybe I'll talk more about that after the video, but we'll get into it in just a second. Before I do, two things as always. One, I am not a professional. Some people are disappointed by that, but I want to let you know up front. I'm just a guy who likes music. I know a little bit about it, but I'm not an expert. And then number two, please don't be a dick. I try to be really respectful when I do these. I try to be really thoughtful in my reviews. And I would just appreciate a little bit of that in return in the comments. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Let's get to it. This is KENANG by ALIP Bata, possibly by somebody else and covered by him. I do not know that. Very nice. Uh, one of the things I noticed specifically in this one, and he may, obviously I haven't watched all of his videos, right? So there's stuff that I don't know, but I noticed some up strums in this one, right? Where he's picking down. I'm gonna try and get this on camera. He's picking down, and then he's up strumming to get the note on the back. I really like that. It's I think I'm gonna use the right term here. I believe it's arpeggiated. So instead of a strum, he's picking each string individually, but fairly quickly. So it's pretty close together. It almost sounds like a chord, but it's not quite. That's a really cool effect. I love the harmonics he's able to get. Those are hard to do on an acoustic, and I think it's really cool. I mention this every time I see him do it, but when he bends using the up above the neck on the headstock, right? Because an acoustic doesn't have a whammy bar. So if you want to do a dive, right, a whammy dive, you can't really do that on an acoustic because there is no whammy bar. So the way he achieves it is he gets up here and he bends this up here to get that little dive effect. I think that's really cool. I know other people do that. I'm sure there are other people who do that, but it's not something I've really seen, and I think it's really creative. This is a really pretty song, just kind of in a standard 4/4. I don't know if this is. I don't speak a lot of Indonesian, right? So I don't know if this is traditional or if this is a composition from him. One thing that really interests me is, I live in the West, right? And we have a certain style that our music is typically written in. But I spent some time in India, in Andhra Pradesh, and the rhythms, right? The rhythms and the time signatures that they use are so different, completely different to what we use. It's very difficult for me to find the toe tapping rhythm that I want to find when I'm listening, right? Because I'm used to having this steady sort of beat that I can bob my head to. And when I'm listening to, sitar music or traditional Indian music, because it's a completely different musical style, like time signatures are different, rhythmic signatures are different, all of that. It's really interesting to me to listen to, but it's kind of difficult because it's hard to figure out where a thought starts, like a musical thought, and another one ends, right? Like, verse, chorus, verse, right? You got a musical thought and a section where it's going to be this, and then it's going to loop back around, and it's going to be this again, right? You can hear it in this one. There are multiple sections where you play one part, and then you move on to another part, and then it comes back. And that works really well with my sense of rhythm. Indian music, because I don't know how it's intended to sound, it's difficult to follow. So it's really interesting to me to explore that in other parts of the world. And I was interested to see if this was going to be a piece that would be composed like that, or if it was going to be more on the Western style. And I do enjoy the Western style because it's a lot easier for me to follow along to. This is really beautiful. He's a great guitarist. I don't remember who recommended I check him out, but the person who did that did a good thing, and I'm very happy to have found his work. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate it. If you want to give me a like and a subscribe, that helps me out. We're like almost at 2,500 subscribers. It's pretty crazy. Go like and subscribe to his channel if you haven't already, because he's doing the hard part, right? I'm doing the easy part. The easy part is just talking about it. He's doing the hard part, which is learning it and performing it, possibly composing it if this is an original. So yeah, definitely go show him some love. Have a good day, everybody. Stay safe out there. Drink lots of water. Also, drink lots of coffee. And be nice to each other.